Seems like a good time to start here. What do you guys think? Oh no, this is going to stay private. This is for the Patreon exclusive members. Alright. A nice little turnout. So how is everybody doing today? Let me turn this music down just a hair. Actually, you know what? Let me do it this way. There we go. That's better. Okay, let's get this going, huh? Hello, Anthony, Isaac. Hi, everybody. Hi, Jose. Just want to bring up the questions we had going here. Alright, let's get to some of these questions. So we'll knock out the ones for the people who are not able to be here, and then we'll get into the live questions. Hi, Dan. My ex reached out over Thanksgiving to wish me a happy holiday. I did the whole thank you, happy Thanksgiving to you too, how are you? But his reply was, I'm good, hope you're good, and eating lots of food. He didn't really leave it open to talking. I left it at that and didn't push it. Did I do the right thing? Absolutely. This was from Jake. So Jake, we don't want to pursue our ex to the point that they get scared away again. Now, for those of you listening right now, this will go for everybody. And as you know, I like to keep my answers general so that everybody gets something from it. The reason that we tell our ex that interest is still there and to give us a call if they change their mind is so that when they reach out, it's unquestionable why they're reaching out, right? It takes away the uncertainty from them because they know that we still have interest, but we're not going to chase. We're not okay with them putting in a situation that does not work for us, right? So telling them, I'm still interested. If you want me, you can come to me, right? It's still showing that they're going to come to you. They walked out of your life, so they're going to walk back in. So Jake did do the right thing there. He left it there. He didn't push it. He didn't say, oh, you know, haha, Thanksgiving's so much fun. Hey, you should come on over. Right? The topic and aim of this chat? Well, what we're going to be doing here is we're going to be answering questions. It's exclusive to you, the patrons. And it's a little private chat where we can all get together and knock out some of the questions that maybe I don't get a chance to answer on the YouTube channel itself with, 300 or 400 people visiting. It's just, 20, 30 people, and we can all talk together. Now, if the questions are answered and we still have time left, I'll be jumping into a video topic, and we'll be basically doing a live episode of the Love Chat. Michelle asked... Well, let's see. Let me get to Scott first. Scott asked this first. My ex has reached out several times about money. We're due to get back from an account. Money I don't care about, so I'm not chasing it. I told her I wasn't interested in the money, and unless she wants to work things out, I'd appreciate it if she didn't contact me again. I don't understand how that is perceived as attractive, or that it's coming from a position of power. Well, Scott, I think what's different here is that... this is about money that maybe she does want, Since this is the business between you two, it's money that you're both owed, I would take care of it. I would handle it. And then let your ex reach out organically about something that's not business, right? Because when your ex reaches out because bills need to be taken care of, or the kids need to be taken care of, or the car needs fixing, or something like that, they need to reach out to you to take care of this stuff. It doesn't really tell us where the interest is. When your ex is reaching out to you, and it doesn't have anything to do with business or money or family matters, then they're still interested in some other way. An ex is not going to reach out and possibly, frankly put, get bitched out by you if it's not going to reap them some sort of benefit, right? In other words, if they want you back and it's their idea. Genome, but doesn't that make you too available? Don't you turn into a backup plan that way? Here's why you don't, right? Because this is something that people fear a lot. Reaching out to your ex and telling them, hey, I'm still interested, but I want you to know that while interest is still there, I'm not going to put my life on pause. Give me a call if you change your mind, and if I'm single, and if I still want to, we can see what happens. You're letting them know that you're not going to wait for them, and you shouldn't be, right? That's why it's not a backup plan. Now, if you told them, give me a call if you change your mind, I'm going to sit here and wait. That's a backup plan. But this is why the other half of the information I always give is to do that self-work, because it pushes you forwards. It gets you out of that, the place that your ex left you, which is basically dependence. You don't want to be dependent. Kane. Hi, Kane. My ex has initiated 100% of the time over the last week or so. I haven't seen her twice. I've seen her twice this past week, and she asked to come over, but we didn't do anything physical. I'm confused as to what she wants. Well, Kane, if your ex is being flirty and reaching out to you, it's your job to get her to that point of comfort, right? You don't need to force a physical interaction, but it's ideal that you do. Oh, you know, I just realized this, guys. I'm so sorry. I didn't change it to this screen. How do you reach out to tell them you're still interested without seeming needy? You don't. You wait for them to come to you. You don't want to break no contact for that purpose. They need to understand that when they come to you, you can give them that, you know, hey, I'm still interested, I'm still here, but you know, I'm not going to chase after you. I'm not going to break all of my morals to come chase you. If you want to come to me, it's great. We can see if we can put something together. But if I'm past that point, hi, Marcos. If I'm past that point, all right, sorry, you lost me. You shouldn't have dumped me in the first place, right? Adults communicate. Adults tell each other what they're not okay with, what they're not doing correctly, and what they can do to remedy that, right? Relationships, like we've talked about, are conditional. They have to be. Otherwise, why are we getting in them? I'm getting in a relationship because the way the person makes me feel, both about them and about myself, is good, right? Otherwise, why am I getting in a relationship? We can hang out with friends because friends validate us and make us feel good. Yes, Dan, it is. Absolutely. You need to know where you guys are meeting and all that sort of stuff, so that's business. You can handle that. No contact doesn't count when you know you're about to see her in a week. In your specific situation, Dan. X hasn't shown any interest at all. She unfollowed me. I sent something by mistake, and she used to watch all my stories. I would just say that that's how she's feeling in that moment. Give her time. Give her some time. Give her some space. Oh yes, Marcos. This is you are a patron. You are allowed to ask me whatever you like. This is the private stream is for you guys. Let me get to one more question in the meantime while you're typing that. Michelle Williams, how to express and enforce a boundary in a subtle manner. I think the question is misguided. We don't want it to be subtle. We want it to be understood, deliberate, right? But we don't want it to be mean and rude. And perhaps that's what you meant by subtle. So, one second, I hate this song. Actually, I'm going to get out of the jazz area and go back here. There we go. How to express and enforce a boundary in a subtle manner. It's a good question. It depends on the context, doesn't it? You know, if you're telling your ex that they, for example, keep reaching out to you, and they aren't really suggesting that anything should, hey, how's your day? And you want to express to your ex, it's good. You know, hey, do you want to meet up for coffee? Do you want to see what might be able to happen here? And your ex keeps saying, you know, no, I'm not really interested. Sorry, I just want to be your friend. That right there would be a boundary you set. You tell them in a loving and patient manner, hey, listen, that really doesn't work for me, and I'd appreciate it that, you know, you don't reach out to me unless you're interested in reconciliation. It's not good for me. It's not good for my mental health. How do you enforce a boundary in a way that is not rude and lets them know that you don't hate them, but I guess the main theme here, Michelle, is that we teach people how to treat us, and we need to set up boundaries so that we have success and mental peace. And if your ex is reaching out to you over and over again with nothing happening, and they have made it clear that they don't want to come back with you, they just want to be your friend, you know, you're not into that. So tell them. It's okay to express a clear boundary. All right, let's get to some questions from you guys. It's been 5 months of no contact. Now she unfollowed me last month, but I'm also doing great. I got a second job getting myself closer to becoming a firefighter. Well, congratulations for you. That's fantastic. I remember you telling me about that. Kane says, I tried to initiate, but she was so standoffish, so I stopped. I'm fairly sure she has a boyfriend, but she didn't tell me personally. How should I proceed? I've played it cool, but I'm fairly confused. Easy. Create some space. Hi, Clara. If she didn't tell you she has a boyfriend, then we can safely assume that she may not have one. Right? Otherwise, she would have said, stop, I have a boyfriend. If she didn't tell you, it's not your fault. There you go. I have to imagine that if you were making a move on her and she never said, you know, hey, I have a boyfriend, but she was just kind of like, meh, I'm not really into it right now, that's not your problem. If we don't know for sure, we can't mind read, right? Your job is to make sure she's laughing, having fun, you're taking the lead. Being relaxed. She's going to take your lead. Alright, Rory, you may remember me from an email coaching of me moving to New York City for an engineering job to close the distance on a long-distance relationship. I've noticed more of her friends checking on my social media, but no reaching out from her yet. I'm staying busy with salsa dancing and jiu-jitsu, but it's so tempting to reach out. Right, but look at all the amazing things you're doing for jiu-jitsu, salsa dancing. You're doing things that you want to do for you, and that's impressive. It's really cool. In fact, good on you, because I don't know if I would have the wherewithal to do all that now, because I'm just working. But I'm impressed. The ability for you to pick up, dust your knees off, and go do what you got to do. Good on you. If she told me to move on and start dating someone new, she started dating him within a month and a half to 2 months. Oh, okay, I see how you... She started dating him within a month and a half to 2 months, but started speaking to him much sooner than that. Is that a rebound? Sounds like a monkey branch, right? She swung from you to a different person. If she told you to move on, that's just how she's feeling in that moment. Especially with your situation, and you and I have spoken about that before. Jose, when my ex left me 3 months ago, she said I was a bit immature, and she was hoping for a more mature relationship. What can I do next time she contacts me to show I've changed? Easy. You want to be relaxed. You want to be charming. Have emotional and mental peace. I mean, listen, we all want to change for our exes so we can get them back. But the truth of that is that the more you do that, the less it's for them and the more it's for you, right? If we're all being honest with one another here. But the idea behind showing the change, right? Showcasing the change. It shows immediately in the way that you're carrying yourself, in your body language, in the questions that you're asking, right? What does your ex expect you to do? And then don't do that. That's showcasing change. But you don't want to go up to your ex and say, hey, I've been hitting the gym every day, and I've also won a Grammy, and, you know, oh, I'm a big deal, I don't know if you knew. Because then that's not showcasing change. That's showcasing, I'm afraid, and I need to impress you somehow. She started speaking to him after we broke up. Is it still a monkey branch? You're giving me... She started dating him within a month and a half to 2 months, but started speaking to him much sooner. A monkey branch is when they are still in the relationship with you, and they set up somebody else to swing to. But monkey branching versus rebounding, there's not a huge difference. They're really just definitions. They don't really change the process of getting them back. Mateo. Same here, Rory. After 7 months, she showed up at National Day looking for me. Proposed me to be a friend. Asked for my new phone. Hides his new BF. And I'm sure she has one. I need to reread this real quick. After 7 months, she showed up at National Day looking for me. Proposed to be my friend. Asked for my new phone number. Hides her new boyfriend. I know for sure she has one. What do you think? Well, listen, we can throw somebody out of our life in terms of romantic relationships, but that doesn't mean that they don't still enjoy and value us as a person, right? What I think is that you don't want to be friends with this person. So, you know, politely but firmly tell them no. I'm not interested in friendship. I don't want to watch you date somebody new. And I think that it is just... You want to do things that are going to set you up for emotional success. And that will not set you up for emotional success. Right? My ex and I have been together for 6 years with 2 kids. We met at college and then settled down. We were planning on moving, and she got a job first. She moved first and stayed with the family. In the time we were long distance, she cheated twice over 1.5 years. I forgave both times. And then 6 months after the second time she cheated, she dumped me over text. I mean, Marcos, look at that. Look at what she's doing to you, you know? She is abusing you. That's abuse. That's emotional abuse. I think it's good on you for moving forward in your life and doing things that are setting you up for success. I'm going to start jiu-jitsu too. Rory, what should I do? Just start moving forward? You should have started moving forward the day your ex broke up with you. You got this. Move forward. And to everybody here, and you've heard me say it before, the path to moving forward and the path to getting your ex back are largely the same, right? Improve your life. Focus on yourself. Make you important first. These are all things that are really important for us and for our personal growth. She is still occasionally texting and asking how I am doing. I'm trying to focus on myself by hitting the gym and starting my master's. I plan to move where she is for work and for the kids. Well, good on you for focusing on you, and congratulations for going to the gym and doing your master's degree. Those are big moves. I feel dumb for missing her and tolerating such things. Right, but now that you know better, you do better. Does a longer relationship mean the chances of them reaching out are higher? If so, why? They might think they really had it after all that time and might... I don't agree with that. No, because the longer you're with them, the more emotional buildup there is. Right? I was with my partner for a decade, 10 years. And I thought like you. Well, isn't all this time together going to work against me? Won't they just have put up with so much of my shit? Because it was all me, right? It was all my fault. Incorrect. It takes two to get into a relationship. It takes two to get into a relationship. It takes two to break one. So there's a very large emotional buildup, and you have to remember so many positive memories, right? And I use this all the time. Every time your ex falls asleep and then wakes up in the middle of the night and turns over and you're not there. Every time they go to a restaurant, and it's a restaurant you both used to frequent, you're not there. Every time Christmas rolls around, or you know, New Year's, you're not there. Think about that. While in no contact, my ex asked if I was dating anyone, and then told me she thought of how much I spoiled her and how lucky she was, followed by saying she didn't feel ready for everything. She's dating somebody. I would think that that's a bit of a breadcrumb, right? What are you supposed to do with that information? Simply back away. I really gotta take this song out of the playlist. I can't stand this song. So think about that. What does she want you to do with that information? What that tells me, though, is that she's perhaps not super into the new person she's dating. I don't know why she would offer that information to you. So, think about that. Hi, Michelle. I did answer the question you left. So, if you're going to listen back to the recording, it is answered. Kane says, coincidentally, she didn't just say no, just made a face. Also, she brought drinks as well. Still nothing from her. No kissing, no nothing. How do I know if I'm being friend-zoned? Simple. All you need to do is focus on attraction, pull back, right? Create the space. Let her know that you're not interested in friendship, but you don't want to try and lock her down. We must love partners in such a way where they feel free. I say it. Corey Wayne says it. Craig Kenneth says it. You don't want to lock anybody down. It's not going to make them feel attracted to you. Rory, National Day was 6 months ago. I told her I don't want to be friends with her and asked her not to contact me. She reached out for my birthday. I didn't reply. I would have replied and said, hey, thank you for the birthday wishes. How are you? Because that could have been the reach out you've been waiting for. But I don't want you to bum yourself out too much. If she wants you, she'll reach out again. Or rather, if your ex wants you, your ex will reach out again. I'm afraid she reaches out for Christmas and New Year's. Why are you afraid? Do you want your ex back, or do you want to just move forward? Rory, so yes, I've been moving on. But from what other people have been saying, they're getting messages and signs of attraction, but I'm not. So just keep moving forward. You cannot force an ex to be with you if they do not want to be with you. It has to be their idea. I'm hoping to hear from my ex between Christmas and New Year's. Also, it's my birthday. Happy birthday! Last year, we spent it together with her family. You think I have a good shot at her reaching out? The holidays definitely do increase the chance of an ex reach out. Absolutely, 100,000% yes. Does that guarantee it? Of course not. You've all learned by now that there's no such thing as mind reading. There's no such thing as future telling. But here is the reason, at the end of the day, that we do what we do. If we cannot control our ex's actions, as they are a person with free will, but we can control our actions, we can control where we end up, right? Then we need to put ourselves to work knowing that at the end of the day, we will be better for it. Think about that. One of these outcomes is predictable. One of these outcomes we can say. I can say that if I put myself through the personal work, if I go to the gym, if I eat healthy, if I go to a couple meetups and meet some new friends, create some new memories that have nothing to do with my ex, volunteer, meditate, I'll feel better. It's as simple as that. Isaac says, so is it a rebound? Can you define rebound? It sometimes bothers me when I miss her because she seems happy. And she seemed crazy about this new guy. Well, right. At first, she will seem happy and crazy with this new person, right? She'll seem like, well, it's the novelty of somebody new. It's the butterflies of a new person. That does fade, though. That's the puppy love. A rebound is simply this. It is when our ex finds a new person, a new thing, a new distraction to invest themselves into, when the feelings from the previous relationship are not yet resolved. In other words, they hide those feelings in something else rather than dealing with them. Anthony says, a friend of mine posted a photo of himself at a party at my ex's house with her rebound in the background, but took it down the next day. Is she trying to hide it from me? Is this mind reading? Well, I think there's a fine line between mind reading, guessing what people are thinking and why they're doing their certain actions, and then there's us just being kind of silly and kind of ignoring the obvious. I imagine if somebody posted something to social media with the new person your ex is dating, and then it's down the next day, we can probably safely assume why it's down. But, yes, there's always that drop of mind reading. If you saw the picture, and it's not there, and you didn't notice any other reason the picture should have been taken down, we can probably pretty safely say, yes, that's the reason they took it down. It's a fine line between showing change, because yes, I'm genuinely working on myself, and it looking like theater. Any tips? Yeah. I think that's a very good question. That's a very good way to put it. You don't want to show change to produce an outcome. Let me repeat that. You do not want to show change simply to have the way that your ex treats you change. Right? You want your ex back. We can admit that to ourselves. That's why we're all here. That's why we're paying money. Or maybe we're really focusing on self-improvement. But at the end of the day, what got you here in the first place was the fact you got broken up with and you didn't want it. The difference between showcasing your change and having it be rubbed in your ex's face is simply this. I'm attached to an outcome, right? The outcome is, if a meeting with her goes well, or your ex in general goes well, they'll come back, right? Get rid of that idea. Be okay with whatever the universe brings you. That's the place we want to put ourselves. And then, you won't act inorganically. You'll just allow it to happen. Allow it to happen. Be unattached. What is the thing Bruce Lee always said? He said, be like water. I'm afraid she reaches me because I suffer a lot. She cheated on me, and our relationship continues to haunt me. Our relationship is 8 years. She can reach out, and you can politely tell her you want nothing to do with her. Right? You control part of that interaction. Rory, I'm having connection issues, so if you answer my question and I don't hear it, sorry if I repeat it. No problem, but also bear in mind that this is recorded, so you guys are, this is going to go up on the Patreon after this is done. And also, I didn't get a chance to thank everybody who's here for being a patron and everybody who's listening to the recording after the fact. It really does help me free up my time in order to create more content for you and for the people on the YouTube channel, and so I really do appreciate it. And, the book will be ready soon, and I'm thinking about just doing a giveaway. I'll probably give away 10 copies of the book. So thank you all. I'm thinking February that thing's going to come out. And as always, listen, I hope that that you guys see me as genuine. And I want the love chat not to be just me dictating everything that happens. I want there to be a community. So let me know how I can be a better coach, a better advisor, whatever you want to call me, for you all, right? If you have suggestions, please, I'm all ears. I may, and I've been toying around with this idea, be bringing on a female coach as well. Somebody with similar experience and somebody who I would be supervising. But we'll see. I don't know that I'm quite there yet. So based off my situation, do you believe that she has resolved those feelings already? Absolutely not. No way. I'm not going to go into your situation publicly, but no. You and I have had enough coaching where, no, I can genuinely say she's not done. But careful. Those questions are based on mind reading, and they're based on giving you hope or doom. Right? That's going to be one of the new video topics. The last time she reached out was about a month ago, saying congrats on moving to New York City. I didn't reply, so I'm a bit concerned. She thinks I'm not interested, even though I am. You know, ironically, that might be... that sort of anxiety might make her reach out again. So I don't want you to worry too much about it. We have so much behavioral data to show that if somebody wants something, they're going to find a way to weasel their way into your orbit. Right? She might have just been friendly and saying, congratulations. She said after me not giving her space that she realized that she will never want us again. She wants something different for her. Remember, Isaac, not to take the word of your ex at face value. How they feel today and how they feel next week is very, very, very different. Remember, I had the worst situation of all time. My ex cheated on me. It was an extremely toxic situation. I never thought I would ever hear from my ex again after 10 years of dating, and I did. I swear to you to this day, I never thought I would hear from her again. Right? So, Dan says, I hear stories of exes coming back and it failing. I know this is due to not working on yourselves, but are there other factors? Not really. I mean, you have to work on yourself, but their ex has to work on themselves too. I would say that it fails a lot because one person works on themselves, but do both? You know? How do you tell if someone is rebounding? Or if they monkey branched, if the beginning stages are so similar? Well, there's no real difference between the two. A monkey branch is your ex almost immediately gets into a new relationship, and they were setting up that interest with the person prior to the relationship failing. Right? So, for example, my ex monkey branched. And we like to kind of put all these rules to the words monkey branch and rebound, but they're very simple. If I'm in a relationship with somebody, and before it ends, I find another person lined up. I break up with my current partner and swing to the next relationship. It could equally be, and sorry if you guys hear any banging in the background. It could equally be that they wanted an orbiter to distract them because they didn't want to deal with the initial feelings. So, in other words, a monkey branch can be a rebound. But a rebound doesn't necessarily need to be a monkey branch. Does that make sense? Speaking of rebounds, he was all over her Instagram, and it was public, but after 2 meetups that went pretty well, she made her Instagram private. Should I feel guilty for seeing her? I don't think so. Not really. You didn't do anything wrong, right? You're single. Your ex is the one with a partner. I asked my ex if she'd like to meet this weekend after her breadcrumb. She told me she may be free, in which I told her to let me know when she's free and we could grab a drink. Should I just ignore the breadcrumbs? Yep, you did exactly what you should have done. Let your ex reach out to you when she's free. Use this opportunity, right, to see and gauge where your ex is currently at. I'm afraid I'm not going to hear from my ex again because she's jumping into relationships. I would say that that's a very regular fear, don't you? A very, very regular fear, in fact. We all worry about what's going to happen in our situation. And I think that it's only normal to wonder, you know, I'm never going to hear from her again. She's dating other people. All I can say is that the majority of the people that I coach who hear back from their exes, their ex got new relationships and realized it was just a rebound. People are really unokay with being alone these days. I think being alone, it teaches you the most about yourself than anything ever could. As long as you're doing the personal work. Kind of an off-the-wall question, but what microphone do you use to record with? Well, I have two. Right now I have a high-end Blue Yeti which is just, honestly, the USB is just easier. But I do professional voiceover work, and for that I have a Neumann and I have an AKG214. So the Blue Yeti, frankly, plug and play, USB, it's much easier. The other ones, they're XLR. There's a lot more that goes into them, making them sound good. I almost never post on social media before our breakup, but could use it to my advantage, maybe. Show change or for a fun time. However, this may come across as inorganic regardless of attachment to outcome. Perhaps, but I think if you're rubbing it in everybody's face, then yes, it will seem inorganic. But if you post a picture here and there, randomly, of you out doing fun things with new people, no, I don't think it would be inorganic. Right? So, say if she were to come back, how do I deal with the anger? Sometimes I feel for her dating this guy so fast, and me feeling like I was brushed off so easily. Well, simple. Because you do not own your ex. You do not own anything that they do. You don't own her. She's not yours. She's her own person. Anger is useful when it's used constructively. So ask yourself, how can I take this feeling and improve myself with it? Absolutely, Anthony, and you are here because you support me, and that's why I wanted to give this back to you guys. I almost never post... Oh, I already read this one. Whoops. Okay, let's see. What did I miss here? She guilted me for the end of the relationship, despite she ended it and she cheated on me. What do you think? I think you were lucky to get away from her. If somebody's going to cheat on you and blame you for the cheating, that's not somebody you want to be with. Alright, let me get to Misty's question real quick. My question. My ex has messaged me the past 3 days or so asking about my mother's surgery and asking if I'm okay. I did almost 40 days of no contact. Then yesterday was my birthday, and not a word from him. We were together for almost 7 years. Well, first and foremost, Misty, happy birthday. And this was answered about 47 minutes in, so let me just write down here. Question answered at 47 minutes. There we go. Why not just say happy birthday? I agree, that's unusual. It seems to me that your ex is perhaps playing some games. That's a hard question to answer. So he reached out to ask about your mother's surgery, but did not reach out for your birthday. Is it possible that he forgot about your birthday? I don't want to assume. I need a little more information there. Jose, when my ex left, she wanted to stay friends, as she still seen positive things in myself, just not the relationship. We spoke for 1 day as friends after our breakup, but she said she needed some time to act as friends, even though it was her idea. Since then, I went to no contact. It's been 3 months. My question is, when she reaches out, is she expecting friendship? How should I act? Well, Jose, you don't want to be your ex's friend, right? It's inorganic. You don't actually mean it. If you're your ex's friend, it's probably just because you want your ex back in your life as a relationship, all right? And so I would say to you that it would be far more beneficial for you to let your ex know, if and when she reaches out, that you're just not interested in friendship. I mean, it's troublesome, right? That, especially during a time where we are beating ourselves up about what we could have done differently in the relationship, and we see an opening, so we take it, right? Oh, my ex wants to be friends. This is perfect. I'll be friends with her. I'll charm her. We'll have fun. We'll smile. Things will go back to be easygoing again, and then when the moment's right, I'll get back into a relationship. Sometimes this works, but not often. In fact, almost never. In fact, it just keeps you on the hook for longer. You know my situation. Do you think that she is conflicted right now? So she's seeing me to test the waters or just playing games? It could be both. Anything I can do to speed this up or just keep it up? What I think, Kane, is that you need to focus on yourself. You need to do everything that you and I spoke about in your coaching. Everything. Not just the ones you want. And I think that you need to become unattached to this outcome. The more you chase your ex, the more she'll sense you're chasing, and the less she'll want it to happen. I was thinking, in my situation, when my ex said, you might as well go too, did you see that as pity or feeling guilty? What does it say about her willing to go with me? I think this is those are not useful questions, Dan. I think what you need to do is show your ex that you're going to be easygoing and lighthearted, and it's not going to be awkward. It's not going to be awkward. You're not interested in it going awkward. So don't even think about those questions, because those questions will help you make it awkward. You want to focus on having fun, having a good time. Don't be attached. The outcome is not important. Ironically, that's the very thing that gets them back with you, is when they know that you don't really want them. When we broke up, she said she wants me to be in her life, and maybe down the road we can try again, yet she hasn't done anything to prove otherwise. I think you need to give your ex the time and the space, and also, it's entirely possible that your ex didn't mean that, right? We need to be clear here that your ex is going through a period of time where they may or may not want you, and you need to trust that if you brought enough value into their life, she'll come back, right? But if there's more fear than there is, basically, if she thinks that what you're going to bring to her life is going to make it worse rather than better, you know, then she won't reach out. We need our ex to associate us with fun, with a good time. But so many people worry about so much drama rather than just remembering to enjoy the time you spend with another person. That's why they come to the relationship. They don't come for the problems or the drama. Use your ex reaching out to gauge their level of interest. If your ex doesn't reach out, that means their level of interest is not yet high enough for them to reach out. Maybe it'll get there one day. Maybe it won't. But we don't know. Is it okay to remind yourself about the negatives of your ex? Even if it's trivial. Absolutely. Right? There is no such thing as a perfect partner. Our partners will always need to improve. We will always need to improve. People always need to improve. Reminding yourself of the negativities of your ex or of a relationship you know wasn't healthy for you is in and of itself a healthy move. I recently told a friend to go watch your channel and some advice to focus on himself, and she reached out. Also made sure to tell him to work. If his ex reached out, tell him to come to me. Let's get this right the first time. We already spoke about this during a coaching, but there's still some legal proceedings going on regarding me buying an ex-fiance's apartment. A mutual friend told me that she's very focused on getting that done. Do you think her relief period will only really start after it's done, or is it irrelevant? I think that your ex probably just wants to get the business handled, right? As soon as it's handled, it relieves some of the pressure. And this is the type of pressure we don't want her to feel. We want her to feel relaxed, at ease, like she's free. And then that will help her feel a bit more like, okay, all right, what do I need to do? Am I happy with everything that just went down? But if there's pressure, knowing that she has to reach out to you, knowing that somehow you still have her locked down, it's not the type of pressure you want her to feel. Are you aware about the men going their own way thing? Yes. And what do you think? I really hit rock bottom when my ex left me. I'm afraid by women in general now. I'm not going to lie to you. I don't know enough about men going their own way. So I'll tell you what I'm going to do for you. This week, I'm going to do a video on it. I'm going to take some time and devote that video just to you. Because I know a lot of people identify with, like, Corey Wayne with the men going their own way thing. But I don't want to claim I know what it is. I have a rough idea of what it is, but I'd really rather like to research it a little more before I do a video on it. So let me do that and get back to you. Did me taking so long to go no contact assure her that she made the right decision? I don't think so. Just give me 1 second, guys. Let me fix something here. Okay, thanks for that. Did me taking so long to go no contact assure her that she made the right decision? Yeah, I don't think so. Not in your situation. Sometimes yes, but not in this case. Do you think rebounding makes someone a bad person, or is it just something that's really common? Why do rebounds seem so picture perfect when it usually isn't? Well, easy. Because the thing they just came from was bad, and the thing they're going to has no experience, so it's good. Right? It's simple perception. It's always about perception. Is it easy to kind of vilify somebody for doing a rebound? I don't think that's quite fair, because it hurts, right? The person who dumps you can be in pain, can know that the relationship might not just be good for them, but still want you. They can still like things about you, but realize that it's hard to do what's right for you when we see what's easy, right? If we could all eat shitty food and stay home and play video games and smoke weed and do horrible things for us every day, we would. But every day we get out of bed and make the decision not to do that thing because it's better for us, and it's, in the long run, we'll be happier. So, I think it's something to really consider. I tried to be very correct about it. We sat down, got into an agreement, money-wise, and that left us both equally satisfied and dissatisfied. Problem is that it takes time to be signed. Yeah. The sooner that gets resolved, I think the better. Coach Craig Kenneth has a video about changing your mindset from she'll never reach out to she'll reach out in time. I don't like that mindset, because it is possible that your ex never reaches out, and we need to be okay with that, right? We're not always going to get what we want. I understand what Craig is trying to say here, but I think either thought isn't super helpful. So remove both mindsets. She'll never reach out, and she'll reach out in time. Instead, move your mindset to, if she reaches out, I will be ready. Right? Because we can't guarantee your ex is going to reach out. No contact is not 100%. In my experience, the reach out rate is quite high. In fact, a lot of you here have heard from your exes. The reconciliation rate isn't very high, but the reach out rate is. What impacts reconciliation? How much self-work you've done. Hi, Rory. My ex of 5 years monkey branched 2 months ago. Been in no contact. My ex emailed me a week ago. I didn't answer, so she texted me. Asked if she can see my mom for her birthday on the 12th. I'm guessing that her mom and you, or rather your mom and her, have a relationship, maybe like a friendship. Yeah, go for it. It's good of her to ask permission. I don't see how that would affect you, right? Just ask your mom to keep your name out of her mouth. Out of both of their mouths, ideally. They shouldn't be talking about you, right? My ex has broken no contact about 4 times now. Each time has led her to apologizing for us not working out, and that she thinks of me. She monkey branched me, and she knows her smoke is still in my eyes. It's good of her apologizing. I think that shows maturity. But you still need to do the same thing. Take steps away from that smoke. No contact. Time and space away from the smoke, right? To continue the expression. I'm in no contact, aside from the business side. So, not trying to tie her down or make it difficult, while still looking after my own interests financially, of course. Absolutely. That's exactly what you should be doing. Don't do your ex any favors, but don't go out of your way to harm your ex, right? It's about your life now. If your ex comes back, great. Cool. You guys can get back on track. But if they don't, you still want to be exactly where you need to be for your own personal growth. Everyone says it's a rebound if they're putting the relationship out for everyone there to see. What if my ex is doing the opposite and not really talking to anyone about her? I wouldn't say it's all that different. You know, sometimes I would say that varies from person to person. I've had a rebound before too, years ago, and I didn't rub it in everybody's face. I just needed a distraction. But in the age of social media, yeah, it's easy to rub it in everybody's face. Sometimes it bothers me that I've done a lot of self-work but still miss her. Well, the self-work is always... It will take place for the rest of your life. Literally for the rest of your life. And so, the big thing to think about here is time. Let time take place. Hi, John. Yeah, I know too. We had an email coaching before. My ex said my anger issues was one of the things that reminded me of her ex. Reminded her of her ex. That she hasn't moved on from. Yet she never saw my anger. I'm moving forward, trying to be indifferent, but still have thoughts about her. I think that that's one of the most normal things that could happen, don't you? thinking about our exes, thinking about our regrets, what we could have done differently. But I think that the futility of those thoughts cannot be ignored. Right? Thinking about your ex and what you could have done better is good, and I recommend that everybody do it. We want to self-reflect. We want to see if we've made moves that are good for us and that honor us. At the same time, you don't want to beat yourself up too much, right? Okay, so do you think the fact that she is still waiting, so am I, by the way, for legal stuff to be dealt with, is detrimental to my chances? I wouldn't say so, no. As long as you're leaving her be, not giving her any extra stress, she realizes that this stressor doesn't come from you. This comes from simply the business needs to get handled, right? You're not inflicting this on her. So I would say no. I would say it's not really impacting your chance positively or negatively. It's just, there it is. The rehearsal topic like the last video? What do you mean, John? Oh, absolutely. Oh, I just realized what you meant. Yes, completely. We want to take our past failures and use them to build future success. Just to conclude, told my ex my mom is willing to see her, a close bond. My ex said she misses her. Since my no contact is for 2 months, is this a sign of my ex reaching out? I think it's a sign of your ex trying to ask you if it's okay that she wants to see your mom, right? I think it's respectful, right? It is good of her to what's the way to put this? It's good of her to check with you if that was something you were going to be cool with. And I think it shows respect for you. And she's realizing that, you know, things could have gone down a bit more gracefully. Look forward to our email coaching too. Oh yes. Oh yes. It is insanely busy. This is a busy season. A little busier than I was ready for, if I'm being honest. And I'm trying to get that book done for everybody. And I think I'm going to also be doing the t-shirt giveaways I mentioned. And you guys are going to get the first crack at that. I love the design, so you guys will like it. It's a t-shirt you'll actually, like, want to wear in public. But really, what I want you all to consider here is that if you don't hear from your ex over the holidays, it does not mean you're not going to hear from them. Right? It does not mean you're not going to hear from them. What is the holiday other than another day? And due to the nature of the holidays, you're thinking about your ex, sure. But the day is no more or less significant. I think for the patrons, I'm going to be doing giveaways. And I might do one giveaway on YouTube. But I will be selling them as well. And we'll see. I don't know. I really don't want to cross the line to becoming greedy. But again, all the money that I make from the love chat obviously pays for me to eat and, you know, live and go back to school. Asking if you plan to do some live, something live with the dating guy about... I don't know. If he wants to, sure. You guys should bug him about that. I like him. He's a good guy. He's a genuine person. Rory, could you do a video on being the mountain and what it entails? You've always said... well, first off, yes, I can, and I will. You've always said that you can't grow in the same environment that got you sick. What if you don't have a choice? I think that there needs to be some edits to the way that you interact in that environment, right? To continue the phrase and the expression, if you have to get up and go to work in a big vat of poison, that doesn't mean you can't put on some gloves. Right? Best practices to help ensure your safety. I had an encounter with her. I went to the store she works at for ice cream that my brother-in-law's mom wanted, so she I need to reread this. Hold on. I had an encounter with her. I went to store she works at for ice cream that my brother-in-law mom wanted, so she cashed me out. I acted indifferent. She said okay. Okay, good. Where's the commas, Isaac? You're making it hard on me. Yeah, but good. Acting indifferent, acting unbugged, right? Not cold, not mean, just indifferent. Just indifferent. Just like, hey, whatever happens, happens. I'm good. I'm alright. I'm easy. That was a weird song. Remember, be easygoing, be charming, be fun, have a smile on your face. Your ex won't know what to do when you act like that. Listen, for everybody, your ex is expecting you to be sad. They are. They're expecting you to act weird around them. So when they don't see that, and you're just like, whatever, you're just another person, they feel so confused. And it asks them, well, why? They're supposed to be sad. I broke up with them. What is this about? Think about that. You're just at peace. You're just like, hey, you know, at the end of the day, we're on this big, crazy blue ball whipping through space. This is nuts. So, like, I'm just happy to be here for the ride. That's all you gotta do. And when they realize, when you realize you're blessed just to be here, right? Just to get a chance to do all this, and your ex sees that smile on your face, they're not gonna know what's going on. Why are they so okay? What happened? I don't get it. Rory, have you heard of the Fearless Man? I haven't. Is that a YouTube channel? The Fearless Man. There's too many channels. I can't keep track. You know, it's kind of sad because a lot of channels are popping up, and I think that they realize that you can make money doing this, and I think that that completely destroys and dilutes the message. So a lot of channels I've been noticing pop up, which are basically rehashing information from other coaches, and in fact even using the same exact phrasing of other coaches, and it makes you lift an eyebrow because the point, not that I'm saying this about that channel, but the point here is that we all want to do better. We all want to learn better. And so when there's so many different coaches telling you so many different things, it becomes really confusing. So I'm proud of everybody here for, you know, being wise purveyors and purchasers and patrons. Because we want to be smart. We want to be genuine. We want to learn how attraction actually works as we've observed it scientifically, right? Not just coaches who guess. 30 days no contact, right? Send that handwritten letter. It'll work. Just try it. She sent me a very dry happy birthday, to which I replied a simple thank you. Given what we're in the middle of, I don't see it as her reaching out, just being polite. Sure. Well, I think that's... Yeah, it's nice of her to send you happy birthday. I don't think it's a reach out. I think just accept it for that one and go right back into no contact. I know your ex has to bring the relationship up. Do they typically take a while to make their decision, or bring things up in the middle of the rekindling phase? I know your ex has to bring the relationship. They don't really have to. No, you just act like it's somebody new. Hi, Jeremy. I train jiu-jitsu with my ex at the same gym. We sometimes strangle each other, and it gets flirtatious here and there. I'm okay and mentally strong about this, but I swear she fishes for more attention. Good. Don't give it to her. Your ex is just another person at that gym. Not special. Not more, not less. If my ex seemed to be keeping his new girlfriend under wraps, do you think it would make any difference to him whether he knows if I know about her? I think that he would probably feel a little embarrassed. Don't you? if he's trying to hide. And we talked about that, Christy. We talked about that. Also, would my ex of 5 years had contacted me to see my mom for her birthday if she knew my mom and I... If she knew my mom and I knew she monkey branched 2 months ago, would she want to see my mom? Maybe. That's mind reading. We want to be careful about that. Okay, Christy, don't worry about it. How did you get into behavioral science? So, I think... Oh, God, I hate this song so much. Okay. How did I get into behavioral science? I'm somebody who's extremely analytical. I need to know how things work. And I need to speak from a position of knowledge. Because people who kind of, bullshit their way through conversations and don't actually know what they're speaking about seem very unintelligent. Oh, you like that song? Here, it is called... Give me 1 second here. It is called Throwback Port. Throwback Port. Whoops, what did I do here? Delete. Oh, whoops, what did I do here? Give me 1 second, guys. Oh, no. There we go. Yeah, called Throwback Port, and the band is... The lo-fi band is C... No. No. It's not. I lied to you. Hold on. Yeah. It's called Lazy Pacific. Lazy Pacific. Sorry, I was looking at the wrong thing. And the band is CYGN. Okay. Back to it. Yeah, I have a very analytical mind, and this is just how I operate best, is when I know what I'm speaking about. And when I know why and how we take behaviors and correlate them to certain actions. It's kind of like training a dog, but on steroids. The idea, not the dog. The dog is not on steroids. You guys are doing Muay Thai, huh? Muay Thai is pretty cool. I remember when my ex was first attracted to me, and I was very leaned back and calm. I think you meant laid back. She loved that, but my issue surfaced again because of something I was going through, and I want to be that guy again, but better. Simply, go back to doing what that guy did. What that guy was interested in. But just add the additional steps of seeing a counselor, focusing on himself, making new friends. These are all things that are within your grasp. Just something to focus on. So everybody, I think I'm going to drop the stream here. And thank you for all being here, and thank you for making it a very successful first one. I'm going to let everybody know about the t-shirts, and I will be doing a free giveaway for the patrons. I'm not sure how I'm going to do it yet, but we'll figure something out. The next live stream, I'm going to be posting a topic on, but I'm going to give you guys the rough date of the 29th. Okay, so I'm not completely sure about that. It might be the 22nd. I'm just trying to think of when it would be the most beneficial to people. You know, right before Christmas, or right after New Year's, or after Christmas. I don't know. But we'll talk about it. And I know that this is going to be something that, and I realize that not everybody celebrates Christmas, and some people celebrate Hanukkah. And to those of you, Happy Hanukkah. And Merry Kwanzaa, etc. But I'll take it under advisement, and you guys can certainly let me know what works best for you. I'm also thinking about using Twitch as a means of streaming the bigger live streams. I'm not sure yet. I'm just considering so many things, and YouTube has so many more rules. But we'll think about it. So I hope you all enjoyed. It was great doing the live stream with you, and these are fun, and I'm looking forward to the next one. If a question that you thought of did not get answered, just post it in the live stream topic. But until next time.